Good day everyone, Frank here. I have received a lot of requests, actually two, but whatever, to start doing some cooking videos. So to get started, I am going to be making my cake brownies today, which are the most amazing brownies you will ever have. So let's get right to it. Into a medium saucepan, add half a cup of cocoa, half a cup of butter, 1.5 cups of white sugar, and a 1/4 cup of oil. As for the oil, you could use whatever you want. You can use canola, peanut, sunflower, anything but baby oil. Just saying, okay? Anyway, once you have this in a pot, bring it to the stove and heat it up over medium-low heat until the butter melts. Just until the butter melts. You don't want to boil this mixture at all. You just want to make sure the butter is completely. While that mixture on the stove is melting, we can prepare our dry ingredients and the rest of our wet ingredients. So for our dry ingredients, you need 1.5 cups of flour. So there's 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Once you have that in the bowl, just take a whisk and mix it up. And set aside. For our wet ingredients, 2 eggs. There's 1. There's 2. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm just going to add the vanilla directly to the eggs. Okay, so we have our remaining dry and wet ingredients ready to go, which includes 1 cup of milk. It can be 2% or whole milk, whatever you have. And so everything is ready to go. Once that mixture on the stove is melted, I will throw everything together and I'll come back. Thanks. As you can see, this is coming along nicely. The butter is almost all melted. Once it's melted, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it from the heat and I'm going to let it cool just until it's warm to the touch because I don't want the eggs to fry when I add them. And so I'm just going to remove this from the heat now, set it aside to cool. Once it's cooled, I will throw everything together. Okay, so the mixture has cooled, and by cooled, what I mean is just warm to the touch so it doesn't fry the eggs that we're going to add. So next step, add 2 eggs and the vanilla. Give it a good little mix. Once that is mixed, I'll gradually add the flour and the milk alternately. Okay, that seems to be well mixed. From here, I'm just going to take a 9x13 cake pan, which I sprayed with non-stick cooking spray. You can use just butter or margarine, whatever you want. Take the mixture, pour it in, Make sure you scrape down all the sides to get all of that really nice batter. And then from here, put it in a 350-degree oven and cook for 30 to 32 minutes. Okay, the brownies have been in the oven for 32 minutes, and you can hear the timer just went off, so I'll shut that off. I'll just take them out and check. Okay, as you can see, they are perfectly done. Very nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cool for a couple hours, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to ice them. Okay, everyone, now that the brownies have cooled, we can ice them. To ice them, what you do is you take one quarter cup of softened butter. I just threw this in the microwave for a little bit. 5 or 6 tablespoons of cocoa. You can add a little more or a little less. It depends how rich you want your icing to be. 7 tablespoons of regular milk. And 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla. You may be thinking, why just 3/4 teaspoon? I want the star of this icing to be the cocoa, not the vanilla. That's why. From there, I'm going to start with 2.5 cups of icing sugar. And I'm going to take around 1.5 cups to start. And I'm going to start mixing it. From there, I'm just going to stop and keep adding icing sugar until I get the consistency I want. Don't forget, when you're mixing it, to scrape down the sides of the bowl periodically, which I'm going to do right now. So I ended up mixing this for around probably 4 minutes just to make sure it was well combined. And as you can see, it turned out really nice. Next step, we're going to put it on the brownies. To ice the brownies, I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this without even using a knife. What you do is take the icing that you made and just put the icing on the cake like that. I usually put around 6 big spoonfuls. After I do that, I just take a spatula and just get all the rest and just put it in between. And then what you do is, I have another spoon that's been soaking in a cup of hot tap water. So remove the spoon, just dry it off a bit, and then just start spreading the icing like that. And as you can see, it spreads really well, very easily, and you were done in less than a minute. There you go. Perfectly made brownies and iced easily as well too. From here, what I do is I take them and I put them in the fridge for an hour or two just to let the icing set. As with all my recipes, I will repost this recipe at the end of this video. Anyway, I hope you try it. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.